Hey guys, this is Little Fado coming at you one more time. I really see that you guys are really enjoying the book reviews that everybody is viewing the most. So I'm going to keep with that trend. I'm going to keep doing book reviews, some random shots of me and the family. I also see that you guys enjoy also the reviews at different places where we go to eat. Today, I'm here to do a book review. And an review I did by Nini Simone, and it was, I think it was Shorty Like Mine. And the next one after that is If I Was Your Girl. I do believe this is the next book review. So I read this, and I did a book review right after I read the book, and it was right after I read it. It was nighttime. Had my little night scarf on, had just finished washing my face and put moisturizer on after I took a bath and stuff. And I haven't uploaded, but I will upload it after this video. I'm going to put my little disclaimer out there. My face is all cleaned off, and I have some white cream on my face because I had just washed my face and I had a little friend around here somewhere. So I had some cream on, and I was like, well, I'm not going to upload it, but I'd rather you guys see me at my best and see me at my worst. So that's what you're going to get. And it is a great book review, so I'm going to upload that after this book review. The next book that I have is by my girl, yes, Nikki Turner. I'm going to go ahead and give my disclaimer. I will also try to put it in the information box down below. How do I say this? Nikki Turner is my favorite author. She is a person who started me reading. From her very first book, Project Chick. That was the very first book that I read outside of school, college, and all of that stuff that got me hooked. After that, it was James Earl Hardy, B-Boy Blues. For my true book heads, my true readers, you guys know about that book. And I had the book, and I let someone borrow it, and then they never returned it with all my good highlights and all my margins in the book. But I've read that whole entire series from the beginning to the end, and I will do a review once I can find those books, because it's hard to find those books, but I will do a review on those. Anyway, my disclaimer is, even though Nikki Turner is my favorite author, I am giving an unbiased opinion. I am not affiliated, related to, in any way, Nikki Turner. She is just a great author, and she really inspires me by her books, and it's just a great read. With that being said, here's my review. Okay, it's called HeartBreak of a Hustler's Wife. And let me just give a quick rundown. The very first book of this series is Hustler's Wife. The next one is Forever a Hustler's Wife. And then there's Relapse. And then there's this book. Or no, excuse me. Natural Born Hustler. And then there's this book. I may be missing one, but I'm not sure. Matter of fact, hold on one second. I'm going to go get all the books. Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. And I'm quite devastated because I'm missing one book. I'm missing my Hustler's Wife, but I have Forever a Hustler's Wife. This is the second book. See, it's pretty old, but this is the second book in the series. And then if you want to say a prequel to this is Natural Born Hustlers. No, Natural Born Hustler, and Natural Born Hustler ties in with the last book, which is HeartBreak of a Hustler's Wife. And when I'm finished with this review, I'm gonna show you the next series that I'm reading and the date when that comes out. Okay, so with this book, this was a great read, and I say that because, well, let me start off this way. When I first started reading the first chapter, I was like, where is she going? I was lost. I was like, I'm confused. I don't understand. But I've told you this time and time again, I'm the person who, if you can't catch me in the first chapter, I'm pretty much going to put the book down. I may pick it up again if I need something to read and there's nothing out new that I want to read. Or there's nothing in my library that I said, well, you know, I haven't read this. But I said, you know what, this is my girl. I got to ride or die with her. I got to see where it's going. I got to just hang in there. The first chapter and the last chapter of this book, I was a little disappointed. Everything after the first chapter, I was caught. I was in it. I was in the story. It made sense. It was connecting. It connected with this. It was the continuation from this to this. It went hand in hand. Let me just tell you guys how I feel about books. When you read a book, let's say someone introduces you to a book. And they say, oh, well, you see somebody and they say, well, I'm reading HeartBreak of a Hustler's Wife. And you say, oh, well, I'm gonna read it. Always tell people that it is the last book in a series. Try to encourage them to read the book before the last book in the series. Because if you have not read any of the books, or you haven't read this one, you're not going to understand where the characters have come from. You're not going to understand where they're going, where they're heading, what direction the story is taking, because you haven't read back to it. It's like watching the game, where if you watch the game, if you haven't watched any of the other previous seasons and you just started watching now, you got to kind of go back and watch where Melanie and Derwin have come from and where Tasha and Malik have come from. It's kind of like that. This is how this book is. It takes you from where Des and his wife have really grown and how they've changed and how the characters and her sister Bambi and everybody have just kind of tied in together. And you wanna be able to get where they're going and where they've come from. I'll put this down. So the first chapter, I got the premise of where she was going and how he kind of had a touch and a calling, and it was like he was playing, but it was kind of God's way of touching him when he was up there on that pulpit. So I got that part. I just was kind of lost in the story. But once the story took off and the robbers came into church, and it was just like action-packed after that. I say the last chapter was disappointing because I was looking for more. I was thirsty for more. I wanted to know, well, what now? So I'm hoping this is my girl's Nikki's way of keeping me hanging on. So I'm waiting for another book from the series, kind of. Hopefully it won't take a few more years. It'll just take maybe 1 or 2. Or one year maybe, I'm hoping. But it kind of left me hanging. I don't know what happened. I know so they killed Cook 'em Up, and he's gone. And the treasurer guy who set the whole thing up and put this whole thing into motion, well, you guys got him, so now what? What is Des gonna do? Dez's wife, she's talking about how, you know, she's got to change because her daughter Desi, excuse me, her daughter Desi is, you know, they're calling her a gangster's baby, and she's coming to grips with the fact that, yeah, you know, I might be a gangster girl, and my lifestyle is gangster, but I don't want to have my girls grow up like this. I don't want my daughter to grow up like this. I mean, she was coming to some realizations in life. And I'm like, okay, so now where are we going? She's going to have this talk with Des when he comes home. Well, now I'm lost. Now I'm stuck. Because now I don't know what happened. And it's like, books to me are like watching The Game and Grey's Anatomy and all that. You want to know what's going to happen. And now I'm in the I don't know what's going to happen phase. So that was the only thing. I really wanted more. And that is a great thing from an author when you read a book and you want to know what is going to happen with these characters. I want to know where December's character is going. December and Fame. That sounds like a whole new sequel. That sounds like a whole new book. That sounds like something that can really just grow and be a part of this Forever Hustler's Wife series or the Hustler's Wife series. It seems like December and Fame are going to be Desi, and I always say his wife's, I always say the main character female's name wrong. I want to say Yaren or Yaren. I'm not sure how you say her name. But if you know, let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize. Nikki, I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. It's spelled I'm sorry, I apologize. It's spelled Y-A-R-N-I. And that is the abbreviation of her name or the nickname that they call her. If you guys know what it is and I'm saying it wrong, that's just my tongue. I apologize. Please don't hold it to my heart. Hold it to the head, not the heart. But anyway, it is just I really feel like they're gonna mold December. Like Yaren is gonna take December and help her with all the mistakes she made. And Desi's gonna, Nasir, he got killed, which was his nephew. So I think he wants to kind of mold Fame into that